Hi everybody. Well, in this class, we are going to work with the passive voice. Yes, so I will show you a PowerPoint with the explanation for you to understand, okay? So let's start. The passive voice consists of the subject, the verb to be in the correct tense, and the past participle of the verb needed. What is the past participle? Here, I will say this in Spanish, ¿ok? El pasado participio es la tercera columna de verbos, ¿sí? En la voz pasiva siempre van a necesitar el verbo to be, es decir, ser o estar en presente o en pasado, y la tercera columna de los verbos. Don't forget it, yes? So you need the subject, the verb to be, and the past participle, right? Well, here you have an example. The novel was read by mom in one day. The film wasn't liked by no one, right? Then, in the active voice, the subject of the sentence does the action. For example, Sean painted the house last week, yes? And in the passive voice, the house, yes, was painted last week, right? Okay? Here, this is a clear example for you to understand the differences between the active voice and the passive voice. Then, here you have the present, because we are going to work with passive voice in the present and in the past. So in the present, the passive voice uses the verbs is and are, yes, and the past participle, right? The passive voice in the present is often used to describe, for example, processes. First, the apples are picked, then they are cleaned, and finally they are packed and shipped to the market. And then we have the passive voice in the past. Yes, in the past, the passive uses the verbs was and were. You have to take into account when you have to use was, I was, he was, she was, and where, we were, they were. Yes. And of course, the past participle. Remember, the third column of the verb. And the passive voice in the past is often used to describe, for example, events in history. Yes, and here I wrote an example. George Washington was elected president in 1788. Well, then you will have to complete an activity in the passive voice. Well, if you have any doubts, you can write, yes? See you soon and see you in Zoom. Bye-bye. See you.